Krish. I head the operations, basically the CEO of the company. We are around a 4-year-old startup, started in the mobile space, working with all the handset OEMs, the tablet OEMs, with some of our products and services. But over the last 3.5 to 4 years, mobile space has evolved drastically. And it's no longer about handsets and tablets. Mobile is everything. Any device, any form factor, irrespective of the old thought process of it being a handset or a tablet, is mobile. So it has kind of evolved into the new terminology, which is Internet of Things, and it has gone into things like automotive. Automotive is mobile, so that is, to me, is a subset of IoT or Internet of Things, which in turn is again mobile. And the other thing is it has gone away from the standard protocols. Networking used to be only the operator networks. Now it's gone into all kind of protocols, Zigbee, C-Wave, and everyone coming up with their own communication protocols, all kind of devices talking to each other. So we as a company have evolved because the space evolved so quickly, and that's where we are now. We work, at least the traditional mobile space with the traditional handset and device vendors. We are with them, but then we have, because mobile proliferated into automobile, into Internet of Things. So we do home automation systems, industrial automation, we do automotive, and wherever the mobile system has, the operating system has proliferated, we have followed that, including healthcare and a lot of other domains. So as a company, we have our own IP, but what we realize in the new ecosystem, there won't be a single technology which will dominate. For example, in the IoT space, you could have a gateway which is Windows-based, a device which is Linux, the next device which is Android, the cloud could be Amazon, and it's going to be a very complex world, but all of them talking to each other, which is what does happen, and that's where a player like us fits in very well. We work right from the chipset level, providing security, manageability to these devices, all the way up to the cloud. So we are obviously, bulk of our revenue comes from North America. That is the dominant market, but we are very excited about the developing markets, especially India and China. Those are two markets we are looking at. Earlier, these were just development centers for us, but now we are focusing on them as markets, especially India. There's a huge momentum there, especially with the new government coming in. There's a lot of money being spent by the government on digital India, they call it. It's the same thing in China. China, of course, is ahead of India in that sense. They have already spent that money, and they are going to the next level of digitization. So we find both these markets to be very, very exciting. So for me, mobile is all about empowering people, making life more convenient, solving their problems, and things like, I can talk about the developing countries, like people, especially in India and China, I see them waiting for buses, and there's no predictability now. It's a very simple thing where I have an app, I catch a certain bus at a certain time of the day, and if I get to know that, okay, this bus is delayed by 15 minutes today, I can time instead of standing in the heat and dust out there on the roads. Very simple app, and with the proliferation of phones, everybody has a smartphone, they are so cheap now, and that makes life so much more easier. Similarly, health, right? In fact, we just did a solution for a European company, though, where this was meant for heart patients, and they had a sensor which reads out ECG on a continuous basis, and we created a whole solution where the sensor talks to the mobile device. From there it goes to the cloud, and if there's any abnormality in the ECG readings which are being sent out, the healthcare provider is being alerted, right? So these are the kind of things where we think it makes a real difference to real people who are old, sick, and just making life easier for people, right? Empowering them. Yeah.
No, it's a fantastic industry to be a part of. So, thanks very much for your time. You're off to a lot of meetings now. How are you finding Barcelona this year? Are you doing a lot of good business and meeting a lot of new potential partners?
Very exciting times for us. We have, a very hectic schedule. We have been meeting companies large and small. The smaller ones are actually more innovative, and exciting show. I think compared to the last couple of shows, I find this one to be much more exciting. Yeah.
Great stuff. That's perfect. I'm going to stop it there. Thank you very much for your time, Krish.
Thank you so much, Sam. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.